All right, so today we want to show you how to read a micrometer out to the fourth place decimal point, which is going to coincide with measuring your engine parts with micrometers. So what we already know, and we can see this here on the screen, and we've talked about this in class before, is a bunch of numbers we need to find. So micrometer size, or mic size for short, MS will be our abbreviation. The numbers will be 0 to 5. The X locates where that number goes. And again, it's 0 through 5. Second set of numbers we need to find is the sleeve line. And there's two sets on the sleeve. The first one is sleeve 1 or S1. Those numbers again are 0 to 9. And then we can see where the X goes into the 10th position. Sleeve 2 is a set of numbers, and there's 4 of them. 0.000, 0.025, 0.050, or 0.075. So we can see here in sleeve 2 that those numbers respectively are going to the hundredths or the thousandths position, because we go from the tenths to the hundredths to the thousandths position. And as I scroll down here a little bit, we're going to work on the thimble. And again, as we've talked about before in class, it's an or statement, because on the thimble we can have two sets of numbers. However, there's only one used at a time, never both. So in the thimble T1, we can have 0.000 all the way out to 9 thousandths of an inch, 0.009. And that would go here in the thousandths position where the X is located. Or, and again, when I say or, that is based upon that thimble number. So that thimble number then could be 10 thousandths, 010, all the way out to 24 thousandths of an inch. And then you can see respectively where those numbers go. So again, with the thimble, you use this number location, and obviously this set of numbers, or this set of numbers and these number locations. So the only new piece of learning here that we're going to add to is how to read the thimble correctly, and then add our vernier number. The vernier number is going to go out to the 10 thousandths position, 4 places to the right of the decimal. So that number could be all zeros, as you see here on the screen, all the way up to 9 ten thousandths of an inch. So that number with the X's could be a 0 all the way up to 9. And please make sure that you're putting these in the correct location. We're lining up the decimal points and then making sure we have the correct calculation. So as I jump here to Vernier micrometer practice number 1, 4 place decimals, so this is coming off our Schoology page, we have to figure out what this is. So I'm going to blow this up here a little bit so you can see a little bit better. And so we'll work on this together. So again, I'm trying to locate right where the point of the arrow is here, where the sleeve line touches the thimble. So if we do what we've normally done so far and identify our numbers. Now we already know that our micrometer size is always going to be 0 point something. And I'm typing that into my answer blank here. So let's just do the math. So we look for S1 again. Well, the only S1 I see is 0. So my S number 1, sleeve 1 is 0. My S2 is going to be 25, because here's that 25. So it's a 0.025. So if I write that down on my sheet of paper, and you won't see it, but hopefully that's just new learning, or it's not new learning for you, excuse me, then you know where those numbers go. And then we look at our thimble. Well, we can see that our thimble line here of 23 and 24 is not lined up with the sleeve. Okay, so what you do is you take the first number below the sleeve line. So you can see the sleeve line here. You drop down, you take the 23. So that would be 0.023 for our thimble. So now that fourth decimal place, that 10 thousandths position, is our vernier numbers. So as you see up here now, here's a second set of lines and numbers right up here. This is our vernier set. What the vernier allows us to do is determine how far in between 23 and 24 did we go. So that's your mindset. I take the thimble right below the sleeve line, which in this case would be 23, and then I have to figure out how far past 23 did I go. So we start to look at our vernier lines and how they line up. So I'm going to blow this up a little bit more so we can see this. So you can see we've gone past 23. Just by default, we can see we're closer to 24, but not there. So we probably have a higher number, like a 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can see the 0 line does not line up with a line. The 1 line doesn't line up. The 2 does not line up. Neither does the 3, the 4, the 5. See where the 6 line here, this line, lines up exactly with this line here. And again, ignore the numbers when we're doing vernier now. These numbers here don't exist. We're looking at how our lines match up. Since the 6 line lines up exactly with this one off the thimble, you come back and take that 6. So if we type in our answer and we do our math, we're going to have 0.0486. And that's for our first one. Okay? So we're going on to number 2. So number 2, and we're doing this in succession, so this is part of the assignment. Let's just start right here. So I look at my S1. S1 here is going to be the 3. So I'm going to put down on my sheet here showing my work, 0.3000. Then I start to look for S2. Well, again, I can faintly see my 25 here for my S2. So now I go put down on my piece of paper, 0.0250. And now we look for the thimble. So again, off of our sleeve line here, we take the number on the thimble that is just below the sleeve line. So see, this isn't yet to the 8. Can't take the 8. We haven't hit that number. So by default, this has to be a 7. So our thimble number is going to be 0.0070. And I'm already putting in that 4th decimal place. So as you can see here on your screen that we are partway between the 7 and the 8. But again, that sleeve line here is closer to the 8. So when I jump up here to my vernier numbers, I'm going to look for a higher number. I'd probably go 7, 8, 9. So if I jump here to 6, 6 doesn't line up. 7 line does not line up. There's a small little jog right here. The 8 comes across nice and straight. Then you can see the 9 jogs up here to this line. Again, ignore these numbers out here. These numbers don't exist now. So because the 8 is a smooth line all the way across, my number here for my vernier is 0.0008. So if I do my calculations, carry the 1, so my answer here is 0.3328. That's my measurement. So let's go on to number 3. And if you still don't understand this, feel free to always ask for help. If you can, send me pictures of your work, and then I can better help you that way too if you need it, or at least show me your work. All right, so here's number 3. So again, if we look at S1, I can see that 0.1, and I'm going to put in my zeros after. I can just faintly see the 25 line right here. And I know I have to take the 25, but you see the big gap here where my S1 to the edge of my thimble is? That's a large gap. So we can safely say, hey, I'm going to take that 0.025. So my S2 is a 0.0250. My thimble line, here's my sleeve line. Take the first line below, which is going to coincide with the 1, because we're just past the 1. The thimble rolls down on your screen. Okay? So when we turn that thimble and measure our parts and pieces, we want to make sure we line up correctly. So our number section here is the 1. So on my sheet here, 0, 0, 1, 0. And then you can see I'm just past the 1. So I'm going to pick a lower number. 0 doesn't line up. 1 doesn't. 2 doesn't. 3 comes straight across. So you see how my vernier line lines up with this line over here? And again, don't worry about these thimble numbers anymore because we already have our thimble. So my 4th place is that 3. My vernier is 3/10,000ths of an inch, or 0.0003. quick math calculation. My answer here is 0.1263. All right, we'll do a couple more here for you. So here's number 4. All right, so again, number 4, we're still working on the vernier micrometer practice number 1 for your homework assignment. So jump right back to it. S1 is that 0.3000. My S2 is that 75 line here. So it's going to be 0.0750. My thimble, the 6 line is just below the sleeve line. You can see I'm not yet the 7, so I have to take the 6. So T1 is going to be 0.0060. And then since I have gone past the 6 and I am closer to 7, I'm going to have a higher vernier number. So I would jump at least to 6, 7, 8. 6 doesn't line up. 7 lines up real nice right there. So I come back and I take the 7. So 0.007. 7 10,000ths of an inch. So 7. My math calculations here. And my answer is 0.3817 for number 4. All right, last one, and then we'll turn you loose on your homework. So here's number 5. All right, last one. So S1, all zeros. Why? Because that's S1 right here. S2, there's my 0.25, 0.50, 0.75. Write that down on my form. Thimble is going to be the 4 because it's just below the line of the 4, not the actual number, but the line of the 4 is just below the sleeve line. So 0.040. And vernier, because the 4 is just past, I'm going to probably pick a super low number, 1, 2, or 3. 0 doesn't line up. The 1 lines up, so I'm jumping right back here to 1 10,000th of an inch, or 0.0001. Calculate here on my sheet of paper off screen. My answer is 0.0791. Okay. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how to read the micrometer to the 4th decimal place. And again, give this a try for yourself. If you have major problems, first and foremost, you should be showing your work. It's not required to show your work, but it does help. It allows me then to better help you if you don't understand this. So for example, if you complete this homework assignment and you get everything wrong after these 5 we did together, please schedule time to see me, bring me your work, and then I can walk you through it and help make it a little bit more clear. Because then eventually it's going to go, aha, now I get it. And that's the moment that we're looking for. So with that being said, please complete the rest of this homework assignment, and then eventually we'll assign vernier practice number 2 and number 3 for more practice, more repetition. Because when we move on to task number 6 for part measurement, we have to now use the micrometers with our actual engine parts. So understanding this is going to be very critical for the success of lab activity task number 6. See you next time. Thanks.